Welcome back to PhotoBeast, everybody. It's your host, Dion.
And Sharon. We're on our way to Lake Norman, North Carolina, which is probably about 45 minutes from our home. And I know we do a lot of wildlife, but there's other types of wildlife, I guess you could say. One of them is bands in action. So there's a place called Apps and Taps out here right on the water, Lake Norman. Beautiful location. Restaurant downstairs and a small venue. I think it holds 500-600 people on the upstairs side of it. Great sound man, Johnny Cobble. If you're ever in the area, check it out. If you're in a local band and you want to play a very great spot, it's probably one of the best spots that we've personally been to. Now, we grew up in the 80s, not that we're going to give away our age or anything, but I guess you could say the venue itself reminds you of like the clubs in LA back in the 80s. Now, as far as what we pack for something like this, we both pack some telephotos and some wide angles. That's pretty much it. As far as cameras go, she takes her R8, I take the R6 Mark II. It's the absolute same sensor. Now, I do have an R5. Well, we have an R7 too at the house. The R7's not that great in low light. The R5 is good in low light. It's not great. The R6 Mark II, the R8, these are great cameras in low light. They have a little less megapixels, but I'm not here to pixel peep. We're here to shoot video and epic looking pictures. And a little bit of grain and rock and roll pictures actually looks good sometimes. So some of the pictures I might not denoise, some I might denoise to a point where I leave some of the noise in it just to kind of give it that grungy look. And then we also have we have this certain look the way we edit, where we'll do black and white or black and white with like a blue color in the background, stuff like that. But we'll show you the editing process later on. Tonight, I want to take you fully behind the scenes with me as much as I can without missing some of these shots. We're also going to incorporate the Insta360 X4. That's a mouthful. But the Insta360 X4 is the brand new offering from the Insta360 brand. And the X4 is 8K, which in the 360 realm, the 8K allows you to punch in. In the case of tonight, probably and most likely that we'll have to film in 5.7K because that's all they allow once you're in low light situations. But we're going to take the Insta360. The reason why Sharon and I were looking to purchase one is we have a wedding coming up, and we thought not only would it be great for the wedding, for the bride and the groom as they do a kiss to get the friends and family's expressions, mash the cake in the face, that first bite, expressions, and that you can kind of get both. But we're going to be up there in a minute, and from there I'll show you the settings we're using, the cameras, the lenses, and everything. Like I said, a couple wide angles, a couple telephotos. It's about it. So we can shoot from the back, the front, the sides, close-ups. I like to go in the back and then zoom in, as far as trying to get those close-ups and those facial expressions and things like that. And then we'll get the wide angles, and me and Sharon will go up to the stage, and Sharon gets down low and shoots straight up, just to get that kind of contorted kind of look where people look larger than life,
different.
And we just get the coolest angles. We also, like I said, we grew up in the 80s, so we had the magazines, the Hit Parader and the Circus magazines with the Metallica and a Motley Crue and all the bands from back then, Ozzy and all that stuff. So we had all these Skid Row, the posters on the wall, and we know how the band should look. Even though these guys are older and they're not wearing spandex and hairspray, we can still make them look good, All right, so I got to get inside, but before I go in there, I'm just going to show you what's in the bag. I got, of course, the DJI Pocket 3. I brought my Sony Handycam AX5 III. I got some random microphones. I did bring a flash because at the end of the night, sometimes they want to do a little band photo shoot. So it's good to have a flash so you're not rocking ISO 12,800 all night. I brought my Andy Cine. I brought a couple gimbals. I got 4 or 5 lenses, 70 to 200, 100 to 500. Got a bunch of these Ulanzi mounts. Over here we got a Godox flash. I think 2 flashes is probably overkill, so I'm only going to take 1. I don't know. R5, R6 II. I got a 24 to 70, 16 to 35, somewhere down in there. And then over here, oh, that's my microphones. Yep, and then over here some more Ulanzi mounts, and then this is for the Insta360, which we're going to play with tonight, and all that stuff's in the bag over here. I brought a couple tripods. I went ahead and went with aluminum tonight. I got just a little $150 K&F Concept. I got the Avilo monopod for shooting some video work, and then I got this little guy in case I have to put it on the stage. I'm probably going to leave this here because we had to park all the way across the parking lot. And then for right now, I'm just going to tuck that in there, and I'm going to try to put everything in one bag since we're here and just carry this one bag. So whatever I can't carry, it's just going to stay here. I really don't care at this point. And that's what is in my bag. Oh yeah, a couple straps. Got this really cool camo strap and then a GoPro in there. I like to throw the GoPro in the corner of the stage. It just gives me a little extra B-roll. And that's it. And Sharon's pretty much got the same little setup. She's got her bag. She got a 24 to 105 and a 100 to 400, and then she's got a flash in there as well. A couple SD cards and batteries. Do not ever forget those, because there was actually a time we forgot SD cards when we got here.
Yeah,
and there's a Target about 20 miles up the road. So, and as you can see, I'll give you a cool little view. That is the lake right down there, the beautiful, beautiful Lake Norman. There's a window in here, a big bay window. You can see everything. So it's a really cool place. We're going to shoot everything in 24 frames a second except for B-roll. And other than that, I'll show you some settings. As far as our pictures, we shoot 1/500th of a second most of the time, auto ISO, and pretty much the lowest aperture we can get just to get the most light available. It's the same settings as our wildlife.
Yeah.
The only difference is we change it from bird eye autofocus or animal eye auto AI to people to lock on the eyeballs. With that said, we're going to run inside and I'll see you guys at the stage. All right, everybody, so we're back in here. And as you can see at the way the stage is set up over here, I got this little pontoon thing, so I'm going to try to put the camera right here and shoot straight up. And then we have mic here, mic here, mic here. So this would be guitars here, drummer of course, lead singer, he plays guitar, and then over here we got the bassist. And everything's just mic'd in through the house. Oh my God, that music's loud. It's also good to bring a little flashlight. There you can see all your gear down there. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my cameras, microphones, and everything and just get ready. And that way I can shoot multiple cameras. So at this point, I'm in front of the stage. I'm just hooking up tripods, getting everything together here. And hopefully, I don't know why they got the music cranked up and the lights out this early. Don't make any sense to me. Now this is going to go in the whole back. So this is my handy cam, and this is just going to get the A-roll live 24 frames a second of the band. Hey, brother.
Good to see you, my
What's
friend.
going on? How you doing?
So we'll go on right at 9.
Okay. All right, that'll give me enough time. All right, so we are about to get the show started. I just wanted to say I got everything set up before the music got loud. But there we go. There we go. Just gotta watch the fire up here. So the audio is a little bit better, so hopefully you guys can hear me right outside of this window. But this is a view of the whole place here. Usually it's full of people. I don't know what happened tonight. For some reason, it was not a big turnout, which, you know, it happens sometimes. But I've seen these people pack a house. But in the meantime, I'm still going to continue on getting the appropriate photos and video because we're all here to do a job. They're here to play music. Even if somebody doesn't show up, you continue to play. It's like when I make a video. Sometimes people don't watch it. I continue to make videos. It's just the nature of the beast, you know, and you just have to keep going and going. And eventually the turnouts will come, you know. People like Peter McKinnon, for instance, they started with 1 subscriber. And we all start with 1, you know, and you just keep building from there.
So never let something like this, where you don't pack the house, get you discouraged. But I'm going to get some cool shots on back here, and I'll show you what, like I said, hopefully you can kind of hear me. The shutter, I'm just using like 1/400th of a second. I got on auto ISO, but this wheel is my exposure compensation. So, you know, the camera wants to expose for a certain value, and let's see right here, 18% gray is for exposure, 50% gray is for color. I'm gonna try and get a few shots from back here.
Alright everybody, so the set's over. I'm just checking my 8K footage right here. And this is the first show we've ever done using an Insta360. So hopefully this stuff will turn out pretty cool. Let me unplug this. I have to say, man, it was nice having this extra battery down here. Ulanzi makes this battery, and this thing's massive. This is the version 3. I have the version 2 at home. Version 2, I've had it for probably, God, 4 or 5 years, and it's just recently broke where it's not holding a charge anymore and the USB's not working. I mean, gear fails you over time. It is what it is. So I went to buy another 2 and found out they had the 3. This thing's massively bigger, and I ran the 8K for almost 2 hours without incident. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pack this up, and I'll see you guys in the car. If not, I'll see you at the house. I gotta stop and get gas. It's definitely a long night, so love you guys. I'll see you in a little bit, and we'll edit some pictures.
So last night everything went pretty good at the live concert. Now this concert place holds about 500 people. I used the Insta360 for the very first time. I got some amazing results, and I'll show you guys real quick. I am filming this on the back of the AX5 III. This is also a dumbed down version. It's kind of like a proxy, I guess you could say. And but the cool thing about this is you get the whole band in here. We joked this guy looks like Austin Powers. For you older people, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Mike Myers. And then there's truly filming over here. So the cool thing about this place is it has a barrier and I can stand in here and shoot straight up, but sometimes I'm a little too close. You can also get these cool, like, kind of views. One of the hardest things I had to do last night was try to get the drummer too. The other thing I'll do is I'll take my Pocket 3 for, you know, vlogging and such. And then I have the R5, like I showed you guys last night, the R6 Mark II, the Canon EOS-R, and then I have the R7. Now the R and the R7, I usually leave them out and just take the R6 II because this is my best low light camera. And I do have some images at 25,000 ISO. I'm gonna pull up a couple of those. Let's go out of here. Here's a few shots. Look at this. Now that's from the R5. And these are ISO, I believe 12,800, if I'm correct, because that's about what I shot out on mine. And this is straight out of camera, as you can see. Now the R5, look at this, man. It's just freaking amazing. Shoots great images. Look at this image. Up close, there's still enough detail. So don't freak out if you shoot 12,800, if that's kind of your thing. Now, these two cards are going to be from the R6 II. So let's go ahead and pull those out. I'm going to undo the Insta360 real quick. Let me set you guys down. Let's put in our little card from, I think everything transferred. I got an error over here. Let me get that done. Quick view. I know it's mad at me because I unplugged everything. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plug in quickly, the R6 Mark II. I just want to show some images straight out of camera. I'm not going to put these in Lightroom at the moment. I got birds on here. That's another thing. Clean your damn cards. I don't know what kind of bird this is. This is a mop. I mean, oh, the butterfly was out there. What the hell was I doing? I don't remember chasing him around. It was the first butterfly I saw this year. If we go back in time, I have got some of the coolest butterfly pictures. We had our septic tank outside was just leaking everywhere. How many pictures do I have of that? My goodness. All right, so here we go. So this is video off the R6 II. A little bit of slow-mo. The slow-mo on the R6 Mark II was 180 frames a second. Okay, so this is a little bit slower than my standard 120. Let's go to a picture. Now these are all 12,800 or 25,600. Now tell me that's not crazy. 25,600. I didn't know they drank iced tea while they were singing. Huh. Kind of cool. I love the lighting in these kind of shots because you got some blue and you got the orange. You got that color scheme going on. It's just gorgeous. I did a Bob Seger played up here one night. And oh my God, the images, the way the lighting was coming down when they were playing. Just a great night. I've done some cool bands on this stage. Some cool bands. I was trying to shoot straight up at this point. This guy here, like I say, he reminds me of Austin Powers. Oh, behave. It's just one of those things where when you try to get people, I try to do, you know, some silhouette shots. Doug, it's my buddy Doug over here. He actually has an airplane. Look at that. Yeah, getting that action in there. And I'm going to catch up with him one of these days and fly over Charlotte and get the sunset over Charlotte. So I just try to get some action. Now my settings on here, if I can recall, I shot at 1/250ths, 1/320ths, all the way up to 1/400ths. I try not to go to 5 just because, you know, I might get a blurry picture here and there. It does happen. Uh-oh, what's going on over there, AK? But in the end of things, I think I did a bird shot. I was holding on. Yeah, it sucked because these guys usually pack a house, and at the first of the night when we got there, there was, you know, I don't know, maybe 50 people in the place, which kind of sucked because I was like, where's everybody at? They actually held a music festival a couple miles away. For the first time, there was this giant music festival, and everybody went to go check out the festival on a Friday night, you know, and it didn't really pack the house in the beginning, but towards the end of the night, this place was packed. There we go. I lost focus here. That's the other thing about shooting low light. I didn't actually lose focus. This thing, the Insta360, was the star of the show for this picture. And I think I did take a few pictures of the 360, so don't judge me. It's my new toy. And I wanted a picture of it. Pretty silly. But these are 12,000 and 25,000 ISO. All day long. Like I said, the R6, man, can really pull off some decent images. And the way I like to edit my pictures, like stuff like this, some of them, because the lights will look the same all night long, I'll go in and color grade and change some of the lighting up just to make it look a little more cinematic. And they'll come out great. They really will. For instance, let me go to, let's go to client shoots real quick. In my client folder, there's another band called Black Glass. They are a local band. This is them playing up there. So these are all edited, of course. See, I'm trying to get this kind of look going on here. I love the black and whites. Sorry, drummer. This is the same. Yeah, this is the same place. Okay. Because they also play a few other places that I catch them at. This is one of the things I love to do. Do not steal my ideas, okay? I do this every time. I get somebody who's recording focused in perfectly, and then bam. I love it. That's just my thing that I do. And all the images clean up. And I do love to do the HDR with like one color in it. I'm sorry. I do love to do black and whites with like one, maybe two colors in it. It just, I don't know, gives it this really cool look. And the lighting, man, it just makes everything look epic. This was the first time he shot sparks, so I was just focused on sparks. But you guys get the point. I try to get when people are illuminated, and those are the shots that I'll try to save, because you know, you can potentially walk away with 1,000 pictures easily in a 2.5 hour night of shooting one band. You know, I've come home sometimes, and Sharon's even gotten up to, you know, 2,000, 3,000 pictures. Is he playing a 6-string? He sure is. Now this guy is a great bass player. He also teaches bass as well. And I don't know if you guys remember a band from the 80s called Cinderella. I saw them open up for a John Bon Jovi, or a Bon Jovi band, in 1986 on the Slippery When Wet tour. But Brittany Fox and Cinderella all used to kind of be one band together. And they split up, and Brittany Fox lost Dean Davidson, their singer, and he's been singing for Brittany Fox, for those of you that didn't know that. So if you've been on the M3 tours, this picture is pretty cool. High ISO. This is a high ISO picture, but you know what? This was his favorite picture that I've ever taken of him. It's soft. It's very soft, but he loves the image. If you go on a lot of these bands too, go on their webpage, go on their Facebooks, and look, all they have is cell phone shots. And cell phones, if you look at the sensor on the back of a cell phone, that little tiny sensor compared to a full frame sensor, there's no way that a cell phone is going to hold up with, I mean, look how small that is. And then if you look at the full frame sensor and like the R5, oh, I'm sorry, baby. I dropped my Pocket 3 last night. I hope I didn't hurt its feelings. Here we go with the blues and the orange. That's our cinematic look. And that's what I try to pull off there, the blues and the oranges. And sometimes, you know, they'll use ugly lights. Look at this guy. That's my buddy Wayne I go to Bike Week with. I took that picture about 5 years ago, believe it or not. That was with the Canon ESR when it came out. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you some of the footage from the Insta360. It did an amazing job. I have to say that I'm excited to have the Insta360 in my arsenal. Next weekend, I'm using the Insta360 at a wedding, at a freaking wedding, for the first time. Excuse me. A coffee. Ooh. But I think that after seeing this stuff, I don't know, last night the lighting in there is usually a lot brighter. But for some reason last night the lighting was just not bright. It wasn't that bright. So normally I would shoot, between, if I can get my shutter down low enough, I can be at 3264. When it gets a little darker, I do have to shoot 12. But last night, man, it was pushing 25,600 pretty much the whole night. There were times where I put my camera with the 24-70 on the R6 II, and I would hold it up in the air, and I got these really cool shots. All that's on here as well. So if you guys are inclined to watch, I'm inclined to play it. Over here, like I said, this is R6 II footage. Where is some of their epic stuff? See the greens? I'm not a big fan of the green and the red. Those are the colors I don't like. So when you get hit by colors you don't like in a place, you can change the colors. That's the cool thing about it. See, like this, I will definitely go into something and change the colors. Thank you for joining me on the journey from packing up things to getting out there, trying out the Insta360 for the first time, using settings. If you have any questions, this is also an easy way for you to make money. Bands are like YouTubers and small businesses and stuff and such, as they're trying to present themselves and sell themselves. So if you've ever started a small business, photography for instance, say you're starting your own photography business and this is all new to you and you really need to get yourself out there, you need to market yourself. And by shooting bands, you can also get into shooting commercials, shooting real estate. In 360, you can do virtual tours with it. It's going to be a massive tool in my arsenal of goodies. So I do love that. I really, really love that. Well, guys, I'm going to, like I said, finish my coffee and get all this crap downloaded. I probably got 500 gigabytes of stuff because I ran the Sony all night. I got a ton of video on here. Like I said, I just pull up random clips for you guys. I don't have no shame. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad in my mind, I delete it later. I just take stuff all night long, and then I look for the best stuff to edit when I call through the process. There is nobody in this world that's going to come back where everything's a keeper. So you guys they try to act like pros in the comment sections, come on, man. Even wildlife, we have a percentage that we delete. So I'm just the kind of person, I always keep things honest with you. And there are bad pictures in here, there are good ones, but I don't give the bad ones to the client. That's not what we do. We clean them up first and then we go from there. Well, I love each and every one of you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, share, subscribe. That really helps me get to the next level so that I can get monetized and keep putting out some fun content for you guys. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Snap and capture, second nature, full of rapture. PhotoBeast, wild and free from the Carolinas. Come and see. Boom, ready for every click. Take a shot, make it stick. Yeah, boom, ready for every click. Take a shot, make it stick. Yeah, boom, ready for every click. Take a shot, make it stick. Come. Snapping wildlife, beast of the lens. Carolina roots, tech reviews, we blend. Camera clicks, getting wild in the trees. PhotoBeast here, bringing wildlife to its knees. PhotoBeast.